What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So I want to talk about this new beef between Whack 100 and Lush Uno. Both of them are employed by No Jumper. Adam 22 or Adam 16, whatever you want to call him, he has some say in what's going on there, right? Not a lot on with Whack maybe, but I really feel like this beef has the potential to be catastrophic. I know a lot of people that watch my channel are probably not going to be too concerned about this video, but for me to make this video, it's for a reason. So Lush doesn't like me. Lush has made videos talking bad about me. But anybody that has seen just a couple seconds of Lush, the way he carries himself, the way he moves, anybody can see, and this isn't talking smack about him, but anybody can see that physically, he poses no threat to anyone, right? The guy likes to talk and is decent at podcasting, right? But there's no one that would ever look at him and feel like there's anything intimidating or there's any threat of violence. I think he's actually probably a very non-violent individual. He's also admitted to having an addiction issue. And the other day, I guess they were doing something on No Jumper. And Whack felt that Lush had said something that he just didn't like, right? And Whack called in and he got on Lush, and there was a little exchange of words there. Since that time, Lush has gone off the deep end. Lush has, look, when when Whack engages people, he's always talking about their mothers and this and that. And so when people do that, I get where Lush is like, okay, then he's going to talk about Whack's girlfriend. Everybody that has seen Whack, when he speaks about his woman, you can see that he really loves her. He really cares about her. And someone like Lush is going to take advantage of that and try to get into Whack's emotions, or get Whack into his emotions. But Lush said something the other day on IG. Lush said that the other day he thought about taking himself out. And he said the only thing that stopped him, his own words, was a modicum of fear. Now, Adam 22, as his employer, as soon as he heard that, should have picked up the phone and said, hey, I'm going to try to work this out, man. It ain't that serious. That's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. There are people that care about Lush. If he would have hurt himself that way, not only would it devastate them, but I would assume that they would file a lawsuit against Adam and No Jumper for allowing this to happen. You know, Lush confronted, well, I don't want to say, maybe that's too strong of a term, but I'm going to use that term. He confronted Adam on his support of Whack rather than himself. And Adam said, well, you went too far when you talked about his girlfriend and his kids. And in a normal situation where that's not your employer, I get it. You know, nobody should be talking about anybody's moms, parents, family, kids, old ladies. If you got an issue with somebody, you address it to that person. What are we, 7 years old, 10 years old, and we're still talking about mamas and everybody else? If you're a man, act like a man, right? And for Lush, the addiction issues that he has, and I know he's probably going to see this video, and I'm going to talk to you directly right here, Lush, and tell you the first thing that I think you need to do before you get into rehab, and if you get into rehab, hey, I hope it's successful for you, but I think the first thing you need to do is stop using the name Lush. Don't go by the name Lush anymore. That name in itself attracts a certain type of energy. It makes people look at you a certain way. Calling somebody a lush is a disrespectful thing. A person calling themselves a lush, it's not a good look. My advice would be change what you call yourself. If you don't want people to call you by your first name, rename yourself something positive. Bring some positive energy to your name, to your being. I would applaud him getting into rehab. But I understand he's got to pay the bills. And I highly doubt if he had to leave to go to rehab, that Adam 22 would help him get into rehab, would pay any bills, or would help him and pay him while he's gone. I know a lot of the people that watch my channel, they haven't seen any of the things that are going on. Shoot, I don't even watch No Jumper, and it pops up on my feed. And when I saw what it was, I went to Lush's IG. I haven't even heard everything that Wack said. I saw the clip of when Wack called in and got on Lush, because it was on a few different content creators' channels, content creators that I watch. I don't know what else Wack has said, but I do know what I heard Lush say. And you know, I heard Lush say that his goons punked Wack's goons. It's unfortunate that anyone else has to be dragged in. You know, if it's true, I'm not gonna say that somebody punked somebody else. I don't know nothing about that. But if it's true that other people are getting involved for each one of these dudes, that could wind up to somebody getting hurt very bad. It could wind up to a long time in prison, possibly life. Over what? Because somebody said something wrong on No Jumper. Mind you, these dudes are co-workers. I don't know if this was originally just a play. I don't know. But I know that for some reason, there's always, think about it. Those of you that have seen No Jumper, those of you that have just been paying attention to YouTube over the last at least 3 years, there are always co-hosts, co-workers at No Jumper who have beef. They're in the same building. They can't just get at each other face to face in the parking lot or at work. I'm sure they have a gang of different rooms. Hey, homie, let me holler at you, homes. Nobody could do that. Nobody can do that and avoid bringing other people in. Avoid doing it on camera. Hey, Holmes, I wasn't feeling what you were talking about. What you mean by that? They can't do that? It always has to be on camera? It always has to be content? Adam 22 allows things to go on within his business, within his company, that are going to lead to his company collapsing. It's going to lead, sooner or later, it's going to lead to a lawsuit because someone is going to get hurt. And it's always on camera. Everyone sees it. And the attorneys will use all of that footage to take all of Adam's money. Money doesn't replace a person that's gone. If that happens, whether it's by their own hand or someone else's. I don't like Adam 22. I don't hate him. I don't know him enough to hate him. I just don't like the things that he does. You know, Lucky from Hoodstocks put something out there, and instead of people doing their own research and just Googling his name and why he lost his record deal, instead of Googling those things, they get mad and say, well, he can't tell me what to do, this and that. I heard a Raza podcaster during this Lush Whack 100 thing. I heard a Raza podcaster say that he fucks with Adam. Damn. Selective politicking. It's a real thing. But anyways, I don't want to make this a long video, man. I just wanted to put in my 2 cents because even though I don't know Lush, even though Lush has talked bad about me, when I heard him say he was contemplating something that serious, and then I saw today's, today I saw what I saw as far as other people getting involved and this becoming a bigger thing. I said, you know what? Let me put in my 2 cents. Adam, you need to sit one of these dudes down, or both of them down, or you need to sit down with both of them separately, and you need to let them know, hey, I will not allow you to tear down my company. And you need to sit down with every one of your employees and let them know they can't be all this fighting. Somebody's got to go. Unfortunately, I already know if somebody has to go, Adam's letting Lush go. He did it once before. Lush, the guy with the habit. The guy who's mentally not on solid ground right now. Imagine him firing him. Because that's what he'd do. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.